Well, now I finally managed to have some sleep. I'll speak to you today. Hi guys, hope you're all well. So I might as well start by talking about the game yesterday. Really, it was definitely well, no, not a smash and grab, more of a daylight robbery kind of game. I mean, when you look at the stats, I think it turned out that Fulham had 27 shots at goal, and obviously didn't score any. I don't know how many of those were on target. And for us, I think we had 4 shots on goal, and obviously we scored 3 goals. I mean, right from the off, Fulham were all over us, really. I mean, they absolutely peppered us. The first half, we just could not get into the game at all. We just couldn't find any rhythm, really. It was very rare we were getting forward any time we did. It was a kind of a counter-attack situation. The midfield hadn't been getting involved as much as they had recently. I don't know the reasoning behind this, but I mean, passes were going astray. We just weren't kind of competing for 50-50 balls. You know, any loose balls the Fulham players were winning. McCormack and Matt Smith were looking very dangerous up front for them. They were linking up well. And it really was one of those where we were thinking, you know, if we can just get to half-time at 0-0, then just, you know, try and get at them second half. And then just out of nowhere, Charlie Taylor had a fantastic tackle on their defender, put the ball straight into the box, a fantastic cross, probably the best he's put in all season. And Sam Byram came powering in with a fantastic header into the ground, into the top corner. You know, fantastic just before half-time. I mean, like I said, that was smash and grab that first half. You know, none of us expected to go into the half-time break 1-0 up. Because, like I say, we just hadn't got into it at all. I mean, Sharp up front had absolutely no service whatsoever. I mean, you wouldn't have known he was on the pitch, really. And yeah, I mean, if it wasn't down to a little bit of luck and Silvestri in net, then, you know, we could quite easily have been 2 or 3 down at half-time. But that's the way that football goes, and we were 1-0 up. Second half, we actually came out the stronger team. That goal had obviously given us some confidence. And we again were just attacking Fulham for the first sort of couple of minutes. We got ourselves the corner. Again, Mowat with a fantastic corner in. Fulham, for some reason or somehow, let the ball bounce right in the 6-yard area, and Bamba came storming in at the far post to head it into the net. A fantastic finish from him. It was actually in front of the mixed end, which was just full of Leeds fans anyway. There was no mixing there at all. But yeah, he seemed to enjoy that anyway. And then soon after that, Fulham got the red card. It happened right down in front of me. Their defender, for some reason, was arguing that it was their throw when it clearly wasn't. And he got right up into the linesman's face, and it was foreign, but you could tell what he was saying wasn't very nice anyway. It was really, really very aggressive. And with the referee right there as well, you knew he was going to get a yellow card. You know, it was a stupid thing to do, really. Straight from that throw-in, we passed the ball around a little bit. Byram got the ball right on the touchline, and the defender just came and took him out again, straight in front of the ref and the linesman. No need to do it. Byram wasn't going anywhere at that point, and it's, you know, 2 bookings in the space of a minute. The Fulham players reacted really poorly as well. I mean, the way some of them went at the linesman afterwards and the referee, including McCormack. You know, a few of those could have quite easily got a yellow card as well. I'm surprised they didn't. But, you know, there could have been no real arguments about it. Like I say, the first yellow card cleared dissent, and the second one again was a clear bookable offence. Like I say, because Byron wasn't doing anything on that touchline. So for him to just come and kick at his ankles, basically, was a bit of a stupid thing to do. But yeah, you would have thought from that point on that we would have just completely taken control of the game and just finished the game off quite easily. But no, the complete opposite happened, and it was role reversal again back to the first half. Fulham managed to take control again, started peppering our goal. We just couldn't take any real control. Again, from midfield, our passes were it just didn't click for some reason last night. Whatever reason that is, I don't know, but it just wasn't clicking at all in the team. I mean, we were kind of battling hard, but we just weren't working as well as what we have done recently. I mean, Fulham, they hit the post with a header. Silvestri made a couple of decent saves again. He had a very good game. and they would just poor with some of their finishing as well. You know, Matt Smith had a handful of chances that he really should have done better with, really. McCormack never really had many chances, but he was creating a lot for them, and he ended up going off injured in the second half anyway. And just quickly on that, I mean, obviously you knew there was going to be a lot of stuff, you know, sung about McCormack, and I mean, for me, the majority of it probably was just like a bit of banter, and that's fair enough, but there were a lot of people as well that seemed really aggressive towards him and everything, and it was a bit unfortunate to see, you know, when he did come off injured and he had to walk in front of the Leeds fans. I'd probably say the majority did sort of support him and clap him. Again, a few were sort of singing songs in jest and everything, but there were some people who were really, really aggressive towards him, and I can't really understand why. Because I mean, you look back at when he did leave. I mean, I talked about this at length at the time that he did go, but he left at a time where the club didn't make clear that they wanted to keep him. They were wanting to sell. They were wanting to make some money, and make money. The bloody did, didn't they? 10 million quid. The club were wanting to get rid of him. The way things were going, it didn't look like it was going to go well at the club either, you know, under Hockaday and everything. So, like I said at the time, I had absolutely no problem with McCormack going to a club at the time that had just come down from the Premier League. Everyone thought that they would probably be up there challenging for promotion. So, you know, I had absolutely nothing against him leaving at that point. Obviously, it was disappointing, and you like to see a little bit more loyalty in football these days. But like I say, why stay at a club that doesn't seem to want you and just wants to get the money for you, when you can go, you know, to a club like that? So, you know, the way that some of the fans treated him last night, I thought was a bit off, really. And I mean, when you consider the money from his sale and also Matt Smith's sale, you know, bought the majority of the players that we have now. You know, and plus his goals whilst he was at the club, you know, if it wasn't for his goals, we could have been in League One, you never know. You know, I thought some people might have cut him a little bit of slack there, but obviously some people think differently to others. So anyway, that kind of went on, and it just went on, and you could see it just wasn't Fulham's night. It was pretty clear they weren't going to score, and it got to the last couple of minutes, and yeah, Sam Byram had a fantastic run down the right hand side, put the ball in, and the keeper sort of just parried it very tamely right into the centre of the penalty box where Antonucci was to. Whether he meant to hit it the way he did, I don't know, but I think it was a miss hit. He kind of hit it straight into the ground and it looped over into the empty net. But you know, you take them all day long, and it just capped off a fantastic day. Really, it really was a good game to win, considering, you know, we had our backs against the wall for the majority of the match. So to win that 3-0, it was quite unbelievable, really. But it was fantastic all the same. Great atmosphere. It took a little bit to get going, actually, but once it did get going, it was a really proper, you know, away day. Absolutely loved the ground. You can see the tradition there in Craven Cottage, and it's just such a neat, tidy ground. You know, literally right slap bang next to the Thames. I mean, where I was, you could see, you know, people rowing up and down constantly, which is a strange sight to see whilst you're at a football match. You know, the facilities there were really good. The concourse underneath the stand was fantastic, kind of an open air thing. Lots of bars, you know, lots of toilets and everything. Like I say, really great facilities for what it is. And yeah, I'd sort of put it up there with probably one of my most favourite grounds I've visited. It's as I've mentioned before, it's one I've wanted to go to for quite a while, so it really didn't let me down in any aspects. Pretty decent journey down and back. Traffic wasn't too bad, so I couldn't complain there. Like I say, the only complaint that I did have was the kind of overcrowding round where I was. It was just really frustrating. I mean, even, you know, without the filming, I was struggling to see a lot of, you know, the goalmouth action nearest to me. Like I say, on my row, a lot of people kind of piled in, so I was literally kind of stood sideways. Plus, in front of me, there was a massive group of extremely drunk Leeds fans, one or two of which kept constantly standing on their seats, so I couldn't see then. And plus, the guy that was in front of me, like I say, the tiering wasn't too steep or intense there. So there was a guy in front of me who must have been about 6'5", you know, me about 5'7". It made quite a bit of difference. So it was literally impossible for me to film anything decent. So like I say, the only decent bits that I got are in yesterday's diary. So apologies there was no away days video, but yeah, what I did manage to get on the diary was okay, I suppose. But that's the only disappointing thing of the day, really. Apart from that, it was absolutely fantastic. So that was my last away day of the season. So it's I've ticked quite a few off the list now. You know, this season's been a good one for visiting new grounds and everything. And like I say, I think Fulham was probably the biggest one I was wanting to go to this season. That and the Stadium of Light, which ended up being a big disappointment. But Craven Cottage and Fulham was fantastic. So I really enjoyed that. So what have I been doing today? Obviously I've been sleeping, had a big lie-in this morning, because it was about 4 o'clock by the time I got to sleep last night. Got into the house about 2:45, I think. But by the time I kind of calmed down and everything, I did manage to have about half an hour, 45 minutes sleep on the coach. So I think because of that, I couldn't go straight to sleep when I got in. So yeah, it was about 4 o'clock by the time I did get to sleep. So I had a bit of a lie-in this morning. Had a delivery, I don't know if you can see it up there, a Pokemon card folder thing. So I've been sorting out all my Pokemon cards up there, and putting them into order and everything. So I hope that's worked out well. Need to go through it all again actually, because I've been doing it in quite a tired kind of mood. So I've been doing that, catch up on some YouTube videos. I'm still tired, forgive me. And also been playing on my guitar a little bit, not the bass guitar this time, the electric guitar. I'm actually getting some practicing because on Saturday we're all round at Lee's house doing another bar chat. It's going to be a bit of a Charlie special. It was his birthday on Monday, so we're going out tomorrow and we're going to class it as a birthday special for him on bar chat. I think he's getting to rule the roost a little bit. We can't let Charlie off the leash too much. But yeah, I just put it to Lee because he's got an acoustic guitar at his house, and just put it to him if we wanted to have a little bit of a 4-chord sing-along session thing, which is always fun. If people haven't seen or don't know what the 4-chord sing-along thing is, go and watch Axis of Awesome video, I think. And they kind of talk you through it and, well, sing you through it. It's an awesome concept and a really fun thing to do. So after we've had a few drinks, it could be quite fun. So yeah, just getting a bit of practicing. So it's a long time since I've really been on the old guitar. Like I said, I've been doing a lot more bass recently, so need to get sharpened up a little bit. So I've been doing that. Gonna have a takeaway because there's no food in the house and I haven't been out, so I'm gonna have to get a takeaway in. I know it's awful, isn't it? And yeah, get on the computer, do some editing, because like I say, because I'm out tomorrow night, then at least on Saturday I'm gonna have to do a bit of pre-planning and pre-uploading and everything. So, oh, mind you, I don't know how that's gonna work out on Saturday. I might have to do some uploading on my phone. Oh well, we'll see. Before I go, yeah, sorry, we're doing BarChat on Saturday. So once again, as I always say, please do get your questions in for the BarChat. Either put it on my channel or on BarChat Gaming's channel. Comment on any of the videos, or leave it at our Twitter. Mine's at Chris Jones LUFC. BarChat Gaming is at BarChat Gaming. Very simple. And yeah, just give us any questions that you like. Stay away from the sporting questions. Like I say, if you want any sporting questions answered, give them to me. But just any general mad, stupid questions that you want answering, you know, questions about us or questions about anything in general, then please do get us in, because we always do like answering your questions. Like I said, we have our own set questions that we've done, but we always prefer to answer your questions because it gives a bit more of a personal feel to it than I think anyway. So yeah, please do get them into us and we will get them answered on Saturday for BarChat. So obviously you'll be seeing this tomorrow, which is Friday, so you got one day to do it. So like I say, either on Twitter or at YouTube, they will be gladly received. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Sorry it's been a bit of a ramble, but it's just been one of those days. So I hope you've all had a good week so far, and looking forward to the weekend, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.